Bloody Mary
Welcome to the Bloody Married podcast, where we talk about all things horror while drinking a Bloody Mary. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tami, and we are totally married.
Woo!
We got our Bloody Marys, and tonight we are reviewing Hard Eyes.
Yep, Hard Eyes, straight from the theater.
Yeah.
We're going to be spoiler-free for the first part of the review, and then we'll get into spoilers, and we'll let you know when we do.
Yep.
So you're safe until you're not. We got merchandise and an Amazon wish list. Go to www.bloodymarried.com and check it out. We could use some support. Equipment, small things like tiki mugs or Bloody Mary mixes, big things like camera equipment, another one of these cool mics, lots of stuff on there if you feel like supporting the podcast and what we do. And, you know, the biggest thing, if you can't do that, is to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Wherever.
And share it with your friends.
Have friends subscribe as well.
Hard Eyes.
Hard Eyes. This is... the first horror film we saw of the year.
I know,
We're
that's exciting.
A little late to the game, and it's the first horror film we saw in the theater.
Mm-hmm. This year.
Yeah. And, what did you think in general of Hard Eyes?
You know, I think that it's my kind of meet cute.
All right. So I guess, you know, if you guys aren't familiar with Hard Eyes, it's a horror comedy. And it's a slasher, and the synopsis is, for the past several years, the Hard Eyes killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. This Valentine's Day, no couple is safe. So it's like a pretty basic slasher premise, kind of cookie cutter premise, but they change it up by, this is a Hallmark meet cute for the most part.
Yeah.
It's half a Hallmark meet cute, or you could go so far as to say is a blockbuster romance, like
Rom-Com.
Yeah, like Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Some 90s
mashed in with a 90s slasher.
Yeah. Some 90s rom-com with a 90s slasher. Made a baby, and we get Hard Eyes out of it.
Well, what else did you think of it?
I really liked the character design. Of the killer.
Oh, the killer's design was a lot of fun.
I love the killer design.
Yeah.
I love the mask is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then all his little gadgets.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. I think I'd like to see more of that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I liked it.
Yeah?
I did.
You think you liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. So this director is Josh Ruben, and he's been an actor before director, and he was either started in comedy. I remember seeing him either on like Funny or Die or College Humor, like way back when. Mm-hmm. And so the first movie we saw of his was Scare Me, I think, that he directed.
That was a lot of fun.
It was fun, and I was like...
And simple.
I was like, I like this, but his comedy and quirkiness is just like a couple dials off for me. Mm. And then he came out with Werewolves Within, and we really liked that. And then I remember saying, and I still think this way, it's like, I really like this, but it's just like an inch away from like, the quirkiness is just a little not to my liking. And I'm like, I remember thinking, if he keeps going at this trajectory, eventually he's going to get to a movie where like it matches like what I like.
Right.
Right. And this one is almost there.
Almost there. Not quite.
It's like... It's so close. It's like one half notch away from like, you have arrived.
Right.
Right. But I think that this is the best film that he's made yet out of all those. Mostly because I love slashers.
Yes.
I thought it was really interesting, the mashup of a Hallmark meet cute, but also being like self-aware, but not. It really towed the line of it being a spoof.
Yes, it did.
It almost went over the edge, and he could have really easily, but I don't feel like he went so far as to go spoof.
No, you're right. It did have like spoofy feels.
There was a moment where I'm like, oh, if you keep going this way, it's just gonna turn into scary movie Naked Gun territory.
Right.
And he didn't go that far, which I'm so glad, because Because we didn't really know much about this. We saw like a couple teaser trailers, but I didn't look up anything. And there were even like cast members that we won't spoil here, but if you kind of the same thing going in blind, a couple people like, oh my God, that's that person,
yeah,
that person.
I had no idea. The only one I knew who was in it was Mason.
Gooding.
Yeah.
Who's the star who, you know him because he's in Scream 5 and 6, and he's signed on for Scream 7.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this. I think this was a really fun and entertaining way to kick off horror for 2025. I think that we need more Valentine's Day slashers and horror.
We fucking do.
Because there's like, we were just talking on the car ride on the way there. It's like, can you remember seeing a Valentine's Day horror movie in the theater? And I think we both landed on like Valentine from 99, 2000, whatever it was.
Something like that, yeah. Because I saw that in the theaters.
Me too.
I think by myself.
Yeah.
When I was a youngin'.
Yeah. So what did you really like about this? What worked the most for you in Hard Eyes?
What worked the most for me is
if you're watching, I got coffee too.
Yeah.
I'm double fisting. I'm doing coffee and I'm doing Bloody Marys. Woo! It's gonna be a weird day.
I really liked what worked for me is the killer design a lot. I really did like that. The mask was fucking great.
Yeah.
And I do have, there's moments where I'm like, oh, a good little rom-com. And horror's my favorite. So like I like that there's that mashup of the two, and get my little meet cute in with lots of blood, which I like.
Yeah. On that note, I made that. So it was like over 10 years ago, this radio station was doing a film contest, and it was send in your meet cute short films, 30 seconds or under, and Kevin Smith will judge them.
Right.
And this is the same, I'm going off on a thing here, but the year before that, they did that with Wes Craven. Do a 30-second or under horror film, and Wes Craven will judge them. And he did, and I submitted one. Mine didn't get picked. So next year I got excited because I had a really fun idea. And it's on my YouTube page. I think it's called Love Hurts. Yeah. So the meet cute is just about two people run into each other and like they beat the shit out of each other, bloody noses, knock each other out. And it's not really a spoiler, but that's like one of the instances of their meet cute is like she makes him bleed.
Right.
And I'm like, I did that.
And you did.
I did that. And it's also kind of funny because we wrote a rom-com.
We did write a rom-com.
And there's certain things in there like, okay, just thinking there are cookie cutter rom-com things in here, like her being at work, and it was like it's a class. I'm like, this is just a Hallmark. This is
we wrote a classic one, and now we saw one. Yeah.
But I did like the mashup. I think they towed that line really well.
Yeah. What was your favorite parts?
My favorite parts were kind of just. The acting, I think, was really good. I think that the two leads did a really great job. They had great chemistry on screen. And also the directing. I really like how well he directed the action sequences.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. It was really kinetic when there was action and violence on screen, which was an interesting juxtaposition to the rom-com meet cute we had.
Yeah.
I think that was fun. I think, there were some cool kills too.
There was some fun kills.
There's a lot of kills in here, but I think just the action and the tight screenplay, because there's a lot of callbacks and things items you have that come into play. So that was a lot of fun. The acting and the directing was my favorite part.
Yeah.
I do think that this is Josh Ruben's best film yet.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Was there anything that didn't work for you in Hard Eyes?
I don't think so. I really liked it. I liked the mashup, and it was entertaining. It wasn't too long.
Yeah.
It didn't get drawn out. It was pretty on point. What about you?
I'm trying to pull a negative. I don't know. I want to say part of me is like the reveal wasn't as intense, but I also liked what they did.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't honestly think of like a bad thing to say about it right now. I would have to like dig in and pick it apart, and I don't really want to do that. I think that it's just if you're looking to have a fun time in the theater, and this is a perfect date Valentine's movie to go see.
Such a perfect date movie.
It's just a fun movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't take itself too seriously, but also it toes the line of not becoming a spoof. I think the whole thing worked for me pretty well, and this is a really fun way to start off the year.
It was, yeah.
With horror. And I liked just some of the details I really liked. So the killer's mask, at times the eyes glow.
Yeah.
And it's not just to glow. There's a purpose for it.
There's a purpose.
Yeah,
so
which
he
could
like,
get into spoilers.
Yeah.
So we don't want to, it's kind of fun. Yeah. So I think if there's one thing I would pick apart, it's like the reveal wasn't as crazy.
Right.
But it was still fun.
It was.
Yeah.
Because you were like, oh, okay. And then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which I can't say right now because we're trying not to spoil things. So,
Yeah. Well, what would you rate it out of 10 Bloody Marys?
I'm going to give it an 8.
An 8?
Because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. And, a good rom-com horror movie. Like, we don't get those very often.
Yeah. It was.
When's the last time you saw one of those?
I can't recall.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun.
What do you give it?
I'm teetering between something and something.
Okay.
I'll just land safely with an 8 with you.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid, good time. It's not the most amazing thing in the world, but it's just highly entertaining if you like horror and you want to have a good couple laughs. It's smart for what it is,
and
too.
It's funny.
It is.
It's funny.
Yeah.
There's good kills.
Yeah.
You get a little romance. It's the package.
Good performances. Yeah, great directing. Good job, Josh Ruben. Keep it up. Can't wait to see what you do next. No, really. And he had a cameo in there.
He did.
Which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I am excited to see what he does next because, like you said, like every movie he does, it's like,
better and better.
It's better and better.
And probably a bigger budget. Like, because I think Werewolves Within had a bigger cast. If I'm not mistaken, maybe not. About the same size.
I would say about the same size.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to see what he does next. This one is really good if he keeps going. I mean, he's one of my favorite upcoming or current directors, actually. Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Well, I think we should get into some spoilers.
Right. Spoilers, people.
So spoilers, if you haven't seen Hard Eyes, go check it out and come on back.
Yeah, pause it, come on back.
Okay, so here we are, spoilers. What do you want to spoil? Well, we can start with something small with the eyes, but I was saying the red glow is actually infrared.
Yeah.
And so he could see. It wasn't just, I thought it was just going to be a fun design, like that's part of the mask, but it has a function.
Right.
And it's a simple thing, but I thought that was smart.
It is very smart.
Yeah.
I would just like to say that I always love seeing Devon Sawa on screen. The teenager in me gets all giddy.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
So those are like, we didn't know who was in it aside from Mason Gooding. And then we realized the two cops in there are Devon Sawa and
Jordana Brewster.
Which was great. They were awesome.
They were. And their names were Hobbs and Shaw. And they were like, Hobbs and Shaw. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like the movie? And they're like, we've never seen it. I don't know what you're talking about.
And you could tell they had a lot of fun with their roles because I think Devon Sawa did a great job, and you could tell he had a lot of fun with his role. And he was directed well, and he did a great job. But I don't see Jordana Brewster getting a role like this again.
No.
I don't think she's ever done anything like this.
I don't think she has either.
Because the reveal is she's like almost the head killer.
She basically is. I mean, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because you think at the end, like you think, oh, we got the hard-eyes killer.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, everything goes back to normal. And then, JK, just kidding.
Yeah, they had they had an ending, a false ending, and then there was like the actual final, which was really cool. And they really went with the 90s slasher where it's at like an old abandoned house and it's all church.
St. Valentine's Church.
Yeah. So like the reveal is Jordana Brewster and this other guy who's also there. There were 3 people that were the killer. That's why I was like, the reveal was, okay, so it's one person. Like, who is that? And then it's that guy. And then
it was a throuple. It was a husband and wife, and then they had their little boyfriend who was just help them.
Well, because in the beginning she's examining in their like, and she holds up and they're talking about motives, and she's like, well, maybe it's a kink, and then that's why. That was their motive.
That's their kink. It's their motive was that's their kink.
They got off on killing people. Yeah,
together.
Yeah, it was
romantic couples together. That was their kink.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked the kills too. The kills were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The grape one where, the winery where she got her head, the whole body smashed in, which is awesome. Or it was a good decapitation. I love a good decapitation.
Yeah, there was a good, I think there was one, it was Jordana Brewster's decapitation.
Yeah.
I really like the whole tire iron thing.
Oh,
where he goes down on the one and then he takes her head and smashes, but then later they needed a weapon. And so it was like romantic music is playing.
Cute.
Oh, it was no, they already had their meet cute.
But it was like part of their whole like, I'll hold your hand, you hold mine, and then we'll pull out this weapon
from like this dead person's head. So that was fun. Mason Gooding, great performance, and who's the gal who
Olivia Holt? Right?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. The on the internet, Olivia Holt. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. They did a great job.
They did. They had good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
She was funny.
Yeah.
They both were funny, but she was really funny. I really enjoyed that. And her best friend, added that little best, in the rom-com world. Like that's...
Well, and that's like in our script, that's like our best friend is that character.
Yeah, it totally is.
so there's like in the script we wrote, there's so many similarities because, I don't know why. Because it's kind of cookie cutter for some things.
I mean, rom-coms are, they have a formula.
But thinking about the movie more, the whole opening sequence really does set the tone for the kind of movie you're getting into, because it opens with the classic, like, stupid, sappy country song, and you see this picturesque, like, people getting married on the bluff thing, and it looks really picture, and then, like, it switches to like, because you think you're, like, on the set of a movie or something.
Right.
And then it changes tone, to how quirky the world we're getting into, and then it switches tone again to a killer thing. Mm-hmm. So with each one of those things, it didn't go too far into spoof land.
No.
And they mixed all of those together to let you know that that's the kind of movie you're gonna get. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really smart with the opening, how it showed us like all of the tones in your opening scene.
Yeah.
Was really good. Yeah. And I saw that Christopher Landon was a producer, and I think he's the director of Happy Death Day, right?
I think so.
I could be mistaken, but I think he is. I think he's one of the producers, and he's the director of, he was going to do Scream 7.
Right.
And backed out. I think it's the same guy. I think there's not, the only spoiler really is like the killer reveals.
Yeah.
Jordana Brewster and co.
Yeah, and again, that's not something you see her doing.
No.
To me, she's Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. Oh,
which the
really,
Hobbs and Shaw thing brings in
I just got that connection.
You did, Scott?
Yeah, I thought they were just Hobbs and Shaw. I forgot that she was part of the Fast and Furious franchise.
She is.
Okay.
She's an OG.
So she's in on the joke.
She's in on the joke.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun. You could tell she had a blast with that role.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It was fun to see her in that, and just to see her in something other than a Fast and Furious movie too, because I don't think I've seen her in much apart from that.
Yeah. And it was really cool to see, definitely he was inspired by 90s slashers, just in style and tone, and that was a lot of fun to see on screen. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was good. I recommend checking it out. Well, I mean, if you're listening to spoilers, you've seen it. So,
right.
What did you guys think of Hard Eyes? Did you like it as much as us, or was it a little too? You didn't like the mashup of rom-com and horror?
Yeah.
Or are you not a fan of this director? What do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Was that it?
I think so.
Okay.
I think our Bloody Marys are dead.
Well, I guess we're done.
And so are we.
See you later.
Bye-bye.